Hello and welcome back to this series on Latin NLP with Python. Now, in the last video, we looked at how to perform lemmatization, which is when we found the root of a word so that we could do various things, such as decline the word, and as we're going to see later on, so that you can actually see the frequency of a word regardless of its form in a text. This is important for a lot of different NLP and machine learning applications. In this video, though, we're going to focus on something that is very Latin text specific, and that is the macronization of words or a text. And macronization is when you add the macrons above the characters in Latin, which aids in pronunciation, and in some cases, such as poetry with scansion. Now, I don't claim to be an expert in macronization, so I'm going to go through and just show you how to do the process and allow for you to see its applications in your own individual work. So what we're going to do is, much like we did before with lemma, we're going to create a very basic function. Now, these functions are all looking basic right now, and that's on purpose. We're going to be adding to them and making them more complicated in later videos as we try to achieve higher end tasks. So let's go ahead and do this. The first thing we have to do, though, is we have to scroll up and we need to import our Macronizer. So if you can see this right here, you can tell that I have already done that. We've got it right there. Perfect. Everyone's happy. It's going to be from cltk.prosody.latin.macronizer, import Macronizer. And I'll post this in the description down below. So what we're going to do is we're going to create our function. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to say, we're going to create a function called Macron. And this is going to take a single argument. It's going to be a whole text. So we can macronize an entire text in one go. So what we're going to simply do, and again, this is in the documentation, we're going to say Macronizer is equal to Macronizer. So we're going to call that Macronizer function, and we're going to pass in a single argument. And this is going to be the method that we want to use to macronize. Now, there's a couple different options. I believe there's three. We're going to use tag underscore ngram underscore 123 underscore backoff. And there are a few different options for doing this. And I'm going to have all of this in the description down below so you can copy and paste that a bit more easily. What we're going to do is we're going to say text is going to be equal to macronizer.macronize text, and that's going to run the method on that, and we're going to say that we want to macronize our text. So this function is going to have a text import, and that text object is going to be manipulated here in line 45, and then all we're going to do is we're going to return text. Now, what I'm going to do down here is start actually calling that function. So I'm going to say text is going to be equal to macron text, and that's going to pass everything through. Now, because I'm working with Adam, and Adam has a few peculiarities when it comes to special characters, you're going to see that I probably will receive an error when I do this. And it's not an error in the actual script, it's an error within Adam, and it's because of a character map codec. It's having a hard time with some of these characters. The good news is we oftentimes don't really care about simply printing something off. We oftentimes want to store our manipulated data in some other format. And so I'm going to show you how we can correct this and store it in a file real easily by using text encoding in UTF-8. So we're going to say with open, we're going to say, let's say data backslash, so it's going to put it in our data folder. We're going to say pl, let's say macron.txt. And we're going to make it just W, which is going to allow us to write to the file as opposed to append or anything else. And here's the tricky bit. We're going to say encoding is going to be equal to UTF, you guessed it, 8. And then we're going to open all that up as the object F. So what we can do now is we just say f.write, and we're going to write in the text. And so notice over here, it's a little small on your end probably, unless you have a 4K monitor. I don't have anything in the data subfolder besides our pl.txt, which looks like this. But when I run this, we're going to have a macronized version of this same text. So here's the original version. We can see all that happening there. And this is our macronized version. So delecto, filio, Josepo, albinus, salutem. And again, please do not bash my pronunciation. I am a medievalist by trade, so all pronunciation goes out the window. But you can see that we have a macronized text. So this is how you use the CLTK Macronizer to convert a text into some kind of macronized form by just creating a very simple function. Now, that's all we're going to deal with in this video for macronization. I only included it here in this tutorial series so that you could be familiar with it and know that it's there. And the next video, we're going to jump back to really doing more and a significant NLP analysis of texts, and we're going to start doing that using tokenization. We're going to do that 3 different ways over 3 videos: line tokenization, sentence tokenization, and word tokenization. So join me for the next videos as we explore all of those different things. And if you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe down below.